conference. And at this point, I would like to turn the microphone over to our Vice President, Linda Siegel. Linda?
Rob McKenna is the son of a career Army soldier and school teacher. Rob grew up in spots around the globe before his family chose to settle in Bellevue because of the schools. University of Washington graduate, where he served as student body president, earned his law degree at the University of Chicago. He and his wife Marilyn moved back to Bellevue, where he worked as an attorney helping small and large businesses. And they have 4 children, and his daughter Madeline is with him today. Rob began his public service career in '95, running and winning a seat on the King County Council. He was re-elected twice. In 2004, he won his first race for Attorney General and was re-elected in 2008 with 60% of the vote. He's recognized as a national leader on many issues, including the fight to protect homeowners who are victims of mortgage fraud, and his counterparts around the country have elected him as the next president of the National Association of Attorneys General. And the other issue he's been in the forefront on is joining the state attorneys general in challenging the individual mandate under the Affordable Care Act. Washington Attorney General Rob has fought to safeguard consumers, protect the vulnerable, and combat growing gang violence. In an age where state government spends more than ever but delivers less for our tax dollars, Rob's an innovator, steering his office to accomplish more work for Washington citizens with fewer employees. He's ready to apply the same principles to all of state government to lower costs and deliver better service to our citizens. Rob is a leader for our times with a focus on K-12 innovations, revitalizing our universities, and fostering an environment where businesses can thrive and have new workers. Rob knows the challenges we face and is ready to lead Washington to a better day. Please join me in welcoming our next Washington State Governor, Rob McKenna.
Beautiful, beautiful day to be here. It's just wonderful. This is my 3rd event today. We're headed to one more event over in Whidbey Island from here. So my daughter Madeline is with me, is working on the campaign full time. We're going to slide out of here a little before 3 and get up to Port Townsend Ferry. So just wanted to give you a heads up. I look forward to talking to many of you individually after I'm done, before I take off. But I want to tell you something about today. As I said, this is the third event I've attended. It's the 3rd speech I'm giving. This will interest you. The first speech I gave today was to a group of African-American business owners in the city of Seattle. Then I spoke at the King County Republican Picnic on Mercer Island, and I'm here at GHRW. And the message in all of these places is the same. Because I really believe, whether you're black or white, Republican or Democrat, conservative or even liberal, that they care about the same things. The people of the state care about the same things. This campaign and this election are going to be about issues that all of us care about. And I think those 3 issues come down to really 3. I think it comes down to jobs, education, and reforming state government. Your Representative Angel does an outstanding job for you. In 2008, as a result of the 2008 election, was one of a handful of just superb new representatives, along with Bruce Dameyer from Puyallup and Kevin Parker from Spokane and a number of others. And she has worked so hard to do everything she can to make state government work better and to help our economy get on track. And she's got some Democratic counterparts who would like to do some of those things too. And actually, some who want to reform education, who are more business sensible. They call themselves, these moderate Democrats, they call themselves the roadkill caucus. Because they say we're not too far to the left, we're not too far to the right, and we're in the middle, and that's where you get run over. And I'll tell you, I've been talking to some of them, and what they're looking for is a governor who will sign bills if they have the courage to vote for that special interests in Olympia oppose. But until we have a governor who's willing to sign a bill for meaningful education reform, not have it watered down, who's willing to sign a bill that will bring us tort reform that our businesses and our doctors desperately need, until we have a governor who's willing to do those things, who doesn't kowtow to special interests down there, Many of them won't take those tough votes because they figure, why should they vote only to have the bill vetoed if they get their heads taken off, you know, by these organizations. It's going to change things dramatically in Olympia when you help me become the first Republican governor elected in the state since 1980. Can you help me do that? Yeah. Now, that group I was talking to this morning in Seattle, African-American business owners, small business owners, working really, really hard to grow their businesses, to make a better life for their families and for their communities, to create jobs. And some of these people are really successful. They have grown very successful businesses that are not exactly small. We call them medium-sized businesses with millions of dollars in revenue. And they're all frustrated at how difficult the environment is in Washington State to run a business. You know, we are consistently ranked as one of the 10 most expensive states in America to run a business. We rank in the top 10 for cost of doing business. We have to change that. That's one of the things the state can do. We have to address the fact that the B&O tax is really tough for small business because it's a tax on revenues. You may not be profitable, you may be losing money, you have to pay the B&O tax. And it's a burden in terms of the paperwork as well. You know, I met with a small business owner in Longview last week, successful IT consulting business. He showed me the B&O tax returns he has to file in every city that he does business in. He pointed out he's paying a little over $9 in one city and about $200 in another city and $75 in the third city and on and on. He spends more to prepare the returns, calculate them, and file them than the amount of the tax. We've got to stop relying on businesses, especially small businesses, to be the tax collector for the state, start making it easier for them to focus on what we want them to do, which is to grow their business and add jobs for all of us in Washington. We need to come to grips with the fact that we have one of the most expensive and ineffective workers' compensation systems in America. Number one, we definitely want to take care of our injured workers, want to get them to work, back to work as soon as possible. But number two, we're not doing a very good job of that. All you have to do is look at Oregon. People get back to work on average more than twice as fast in Oregon than in Washington. And we put, what does AWB say, 10 to 20 times more people out on permanent disability here than they do in Oregon. It's not because there are that many more people injured permanently here. It's because of the system we have. Because we're one of only 4 states in America where the state monopolizes workers' compensation. We're one of only 4 states with no competition. Every other state has moved to a competitive model. The state may provide it, but there's also an option from the private sector in those states. And we all know as Republicans that competition works. And the opposite of competition is monopoly, and that's bad, right? Monopolies result in inefficiency and waste. Competition creates efficiency, it drives in innovation, it drives out cost. We need competition.
Yes.
Number 3, unemployment insurance. Highest premiums in America being paid here. 4th, the regulatory burden, just the constant increase in regulations we impose on businesses. Multiple layers of regulation. We need to go in and we need to start zero-based budgeting the regulations like we do, or should be doing, for taxes and spending. I have an idea. No new regulation shall be enacted unless 2 old regulations are repealed at the same time. There's another idea I'm thinking about. I need to consult Representative Angel and others on, but someone came up to me and said, what if we did this? He said, what if, as governor, you called a special session, and the only purpose of the special session was to repeal laws, to get rid of laws that are outdated, expensive, and unnecessary. We're thinking about. These are all things we need to do to lower the cost of doing business in our state. We have to do this. Unemployment, if you look at the whole unemployment rate, is over 18% in this state. 16% nationally. It's worse if you don't have a college degree. It's worse if you're a young person. 3 out of 4 American teenagers this year cannot find a paying summer job. You remember your first summer job? Maybe it was picking strawberries or cutting lawns, or my first paying summer job where I got an honest-to-God paycheck with, tax withheld. What's this? Hey, Mom, how come I didn't get all my money? My first paycheck came from McDonald's. I had the polyester uniform, I wore the little paper hat. I'd come home smelling like French fries. By gosh, I learned the value of $1. I learned what customer service means. I learned what it means to produce a quality product, to work as a member of a team. I mean, they would leave a group of us 16, 17, 18-year-olds running this $1 million store. Miracle, we never burned the place down. But we learned firsthand that it's tough to be successful in small business. That was a really good experience for me. So many young people today can't get that experience because the jobs just aren't there, because the part-time jobs are being taken by adults who are trying to keep their families going while they look for full-time work. So we have to reduce unemployment. We have to increase job growth. As Republicans, we understand, and frankly, the business owners I talked to this morning understand, that these jobs are going to be created by them and by you, not by debt finance stimulus programs, by our business owners, our entrepreneurs, our risk takers. The job of government in this state, at local levels and at national levels as well, ought to be a relentless focus on helping entrepreneurs and business owners create more jobs. That has to be job one for our government.